Hello, my hair seems to always be wet when I start a vlog, but it's Friday. I just finished work and Pilates and I was feeling like starting a vlog. I have a bunch of footage from December that I want to edit, but I also don't. So I figured I'd just do a quick little 24-hour vlog. My name is Carla. I'd say I am obsessed with knitting. I've been obsessed with knitting for the last year or so. And we have a bunch of knitting projects to do this weekend. I have a test knit that I want to start. I have some socks that I need to block, and I have a project that I've been working on for ever that I have like 3 more rows. So I should just finish it and bind off and call it a day. So that's what we're going to try to do in the next 24 hours. I also have a few other knitting related things. I'm trying to go by a specific colorway that I've been eyeing, and I have a local yarn club at the library, and I'm gonna take you along. So before we get started on the test knit, I wanted to show off what I'm currently working on. I'm so excited about it. This is my porcelain sweater. I think she is so beautiful. I have been working so hard on this one, and I'm just so glad that I think it's turning out nicely. I really like the colors. I spent so long choosing the colors, and I think that I'm learning a lot about color work, and I'm getting better. It's still really hard, but I've been really liking working on it. By the way, I'm drinking a Nara black milk tea oat milk latte. This is my friend's company, but I did pay for it myself. Obviously not sponsored. I have like 100 followers, but if this looks interesting to you, you should try it out because it's really good. Okay, so I want to start on the test knit. The test knit that I'm working on is the Groovy tank. It's by Emma, also known as Midsummer Knits. I just met her recently virtually. She lives here in SF, and I've been making her heartless top. That's actually the one that I'm trying to finish later. But this test knit is for a ribbed tank top that she's trying to release by the summer. These are the colors that I want to use for it. These are, I believe, the nylon sock base from Sewrella. So it's 80% merino, 20% nylon. These are oopsies, meaning they're one of a kind of like accidental colorways that they sell on discount. So these don't have names and they are not exactly the same color, but I think that I'm going to start with this one and then at some point do helical knitting and end with this one, because I think this one ever so slightly looks better with my skin tone. But so I don't know if they'll really blend to look like one color, but I'm gonna try to do that. So I'm gonna start by casting on, no, I'm going to do a gauge swatch. So I'm going to use this one and then unravel it later. Yeah, but first I'm gonna start by weighing them. 107 and 109. That's nice. Now this is 108 and 109. Okay, 108 and 109. Let me just write that down. I have them in my chart as lavender pinkish and lavender grayish because I think that does accurately describe these two colors. So yeah, I'm going to do my gauge swatch with lavender pinkish. So the gauge is 40 stitches and 48 rows in 2x2 rib on size 1 needles. I need to swatch in the round, I believe, so I think I'm gonna cast on, I want to say like 60 stitches, so it's not gonna sit flat, but I don't really want to do a full 4-inch. It's a test knit. I feel like I should. Okay, I guess I'll cast on, yeah, I guess I'll cast on 90 stitches. Fun. I need size 1 needles. I think these are 1.5 and these are too short. No, these are good. These, oh, yeah, these are size 1, but they're like bent at the edge, but I think that doesn't affect like how they work. I'm gonna see if I can try to bend that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just So I'm using lavender pinkish, the one that I'm trying to use later. Okay, I realized I should do a multiple of 4, so it's probably going to be 88 stitches. So this is my first test knit. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty interested in knitting pattern design. I'm just, kind of curious about the process, but I don't actually want to design patterns. I kind of just want to knit them, but I'm still curious about the process. I also thought this would be nice to kind of like engage with the knitting community, maybe make some friends. Let's see. But also, it would just be like a challenge to get something done by a deadline. And the pattern looked really cool, so I wanted to knit it. It's also nice to just like support a smaller designer because I keep casting on like the most popular things. I also like supporting Emma because she's local and I think I probably might meet her one day. I feel like our paths are probably going to cross somewhere in San Francisco. She's also a huge Taylor Swift fan, and so am I, and so I just feel like we should be friends. This is a lot of stitches. I'm probably not going to cast on the main project till tomorrow because this is probably going to take a long time. Just counted 44 twos, which makes 88, I believe. So that is 88 stitches. And who knows what this will look like with rib. Let's do it. I'm forgetting even how to do magic loop. Not flipping it. I am starting on the other side. Why did I think I would need so much yarn? I never get the long tail cast on amount quite right, but it's fine. I haven't cast something on in magic loop in a while. I've been knitting flat and also using DPN, so that's why this is so clumsy. Oh, the bent end is so funny, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I don't know if you can hear that from the street. I love the city. Okay, this is just gonna be like knitting a really big sock cuff. Okay, this is boring. I'll catch up with y'all later when I have more of this done. It's dark now. We have just like 4 rounds. I'm gonna measure it. I know it's not like quite accurate at this point, but I just want a general idea. So I guess if I take off 2 stitches from each side, that should be 4 inches. And honestly, it's looking like that right now. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think it does look like 4 inches. So hopefully my gauge doesn't change too much as I work on this more. I think it's gonna cinch in more as I add more rows, and then it'll stretch a bit more when I block it, so we'll see. I'm just trying to do things right because this is a test knit,
It didn't really tell you what would be happening after you finished a certain like short row section. What row am I on and what repeat am I on? So I really enjoyed that process as well.
I feel like this is kind of crazy to say, but I'm like loving knitting with the size 1 needles as if this is like a bulky project because I've been knitting socks on size 0 and size 00 needles for like reasons. So this is feeling like very easy breezy, even though size 1 is pretty small. This is US size 1, by the way, 2.25 millimeters. I still don't really understand gauge with rib because I know that size 1 is not small enough for me to get 10 stitches per inch in stockinette. So if this pattern needs 10 stitches per inch, like I'm hoping for the rib to do like all the magic for me because that's why I have size 0 and size 00 needles, is to try to get to 10 stitches per inch. So far this swatch looks like the size that I need it to be, so pretty excited about that. So far. So this is half of my gauge swatch. It's about 24 rows, and it's kind of weird. The ribbing is like really cinching it in, so it's like narrower than it's supposed to be, but taller than it's supposed to be. So I'm hoping that it'll still block out. I think I'm gonna make it about three-fourths of the height. I don't think I'm gonna do the full 4 inches because I'm just kind of tired of this. So I'm gonna do like 12 more rows. This is 36 rows, so that's about 3/4 of the gauge swatch. So it should be 4 inches wide and 3 inches long, but it is about 3 inches wide and about 3.5 inches long. So it's not where it's supposed to be, but we are gonna wet block it and see what happens. I think it will stretch out the rib. In what direction, I don't know, but we'll find out. I wonder what my favorite color is. I went to the yarn store, I went to my local yarn club, and I went to lunch with a friend. So this is what I got from the yarn store. It's from Peninsula Yarn. This is the colorway that I really wanted, which is a limited edition Sunset over Dolores Park colorway made for San Francisco's imagiknit. And what I really wanted was their BFL base, but they didn't have that anymore. I was kind of bummed because I put it in my calendar to get it on this day, but it sold out before their actual trunk show, which I didn't know was possible, but it's fine. So I guess I'm gonna try Stellina. I was never really interested in like gold Stellina and merino, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Yeah, I want to make socks with this, and then I was able to get their minis in BFL, so at least I will be able to try BFL with like the coordinating colors. But I think I'll probably try to use these for the heel and toe, and I think I want to make some contrast stripes, so that'll be fun. I might wind these up today if I have time. So I got so much done at my yarn club. Just kidding. I basically just cast on and did a few rounds. It took me a really long time to cast on the number of stitches that I needed, and I took a long time to count. So I'm going to try to work on this until it looks more like something, and then I'll move on to like my finishing projects that I'm trying to get to today. I'm using a 32-inch needle, I think, but it's a little bit too short for magic loop, but a little too long for not magic loop. So I think I'm gonna try to transfer onto this one, which I think is a 24-inch, and then I think that'll work better. Okay, so I now have the whole thing on a 24-inch needle, and it's looking good. And I'm pretty sure it is not twisted. Yes. It was really hard to tell if it was twisted when I was using magic loop. This is a lot of stitches. Okay, so this looks like something now. I can actually kind of see the rib, only like only like, 50 something rows to go. But I did notice somewhere here during the magic loop portion, wherever I split the stitches the first time, I like looped the working yarn around like through the project by accident. So there's just like a part of this where it's like kind of twisted, but I can't find it, which is a good thing. But I'll find it and show it to you. Wait, this is really good. I can't find it. Oh, right here. There's gonna be like a little hole here because a couple, like on the second or third round, I looped the yarn around, but I'm not gonna go back and fix that because it's fine. So now that that project is in a good spot, I want to finish my heartless top. There are 3 things I have to do. One is tuck this wire in somewhere. 2 is weave in all the ends. And 3 is to actually, finish the last few rows at the bottom. So I think I'm going to do the bottom first, and then I'll try to work on the other parts. Yeah, I think I have 4 rows in the bind off, so we can totally do this today. Something I'm a little nervous about is that I made this in a size smaller than I'm making the groovy tank in, even though I think the size charts are similar. And I think it's because I've actually gained weight or like inches on my body since I started working on this. So it's kind of like no matter what I do, I think it's going to be a little too tight. But weight fluctuates and this should be stretchy, so hopefully it'll be okay. That is something I've been thinking about a lot, though, ever since I went to this knitting meetup and someone was telling me about how they make a size larger than usual every time because they want to make sure their knits fit throughout any weight fluctuations. And I think that makes so much sense because it's like, due to many different factors, including my health problems, my weight has fluctuated a lot in the last 5 years. And I have been thinking a lot about making knits like durable and lasting a really long time, but I also have to think about whether they'll fit. Like, it doesn't matter if they last a long time if they don't fit me anymore. So I think that's definitely something to think about. Hello, it's an hour later. I finished the bind off. I didn't film myself doing the bind off because I was like hunched over like this and I looked like a little gremlin, and it was really tedious and not that interesting to look at. But this is all the yarn I have left. What was that? This is all the yarn I have left, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm a little nervous that the bind off kind of doesn't sit flat, but I feel like it'll be fine with blocking. So I'm gonna try it on really quick, even though I am unlikely to do it again because it was a lot of work, but I'm still gonna try it on just because before I weave in the ends. I'm gonna try to not to poke my eyes out. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely cropped because I didn't have like so much yarn, but I think the heart looks so cute, and I think this is fine, and I think it'll sit a lot nicer after it's blocked, but this is pretty much the finished look, and I'm gonna tuck these in, weave in all the ends, and hopefully I can block it tonight. Now again, to take this off without poking my eye out. Close eyes, close eyes, close eyes. Okay, we're good. So while I'm in ends weaving in mode, I'm also going to work on this, but I'm gonna try to get this all done first. On the inside, I've done pretty good so far. I think everything is already woven except the heart, so I just need to do the bind off. Weaving in the bottom end. Just gonna close this loop to make it look a little nicer. Now it looks like a continuous braid, and then I'm gonna split these in two and weave them in different directions. That's one, and it looks normal on the other side. So that's the bottom. Now we do the heart. First, I'm gonna make sure I like the shape. I think I was considering forcing a little more cord into it just because I feel like the edges were pulling. So if I push this out a bit more, then there's less tension on this part. And if I do the same thing on the other side, there. So it's a bigger heart. It's a bigger heart with less tension on the stitches. Maybe just need them to be even. This is hard to like finalize because I don't wanna ruin it. So I'm gonna try to hold it there and maybe fold it so that it marks where I want it to be. So it doesn't want to stay, meaning I need to kind of push it in more. I guess I will push it and then twist it. And then I was just gonna tuck the wire in the back. But how will I keep it like in? I think the twist is necessary so that they stay together. So I'm gonna try to twist it right here and push it more in. Okay, so that's kind of doing what I wanted to do. And then honestly, I think I'm just gonna try to like tuck these behind, and I kind of don't want to lose the wire in case I want to adjust it later. So I think what I'm gonna do, which I'm not recommending, I think I'm just gonna kind of put it up here in a way that is not painful. By the way, I should mention this is not the way the pattern recommends doing it. The pattern recommends putting the wire in first, and I put it in after the fact because I was stubborn, so that's why this is happening. That's so visible. Okay, I need to think about this for a sec. Okay, this is much better. So I managed to fold it away in the other direction, and if I look at it from the front, I cannot see it anymore, and I think this heart is finally a good shape for now, at least. I'm just telling myself that it's adjustable, but I don't know, might be hard to adjust in the future, but telling myself for now it's adjustable. If I regret this, I'm just gonna like cover this with like some kind of fabric or something in the end, but I'm just going to kind of tuck it back in on each side and hope that kind of protects me. And if it doesn't, it was my fault to begin with. I will probably improve on this method as I wear this because I can't imagine I will go very far with these bars in the wrong place. That looks like it might stay enough for now. So now I'm gonna do all of these ends, of which there are many. Yeah. And with that, I believe the heartless top is done. I have to admit, she's not my best work, but I think it'll look better with blocking, and I'm excited to wear it. Okay, on to the socks. So this one is done and blocked, except I need to weave in the last end, which I was leaving out so that I could just match the other sock. So this sock is completely done. This one is not blocked yet. I can't remember if I woven any of these ends. I think the answer is no. So good luck to me. Okay, let's just start from the top. I might just do a jump cut and pretend that I did it like magic. Hold on. You know that wasn't magic because the lighting changed. Okay, so I think it's been exactly 24 hours since I started vlogging yesterday, which is pretty cool. We did a lot of stuff. I think everything that was on my list. I got this test knit started, gauge swatched, and like cast on. I went to my local yarn store to get my Sunset at Dolores colorways. I went to my local yarn club with my friend. I also got lunch with her, which is like a little bonus. And I finished my heartless top, which I've been procrastinating for so long. It was supposed to be done like a month ago, but things happen. And I harnessed that energy to weave in the ends on the sock that I finished like maybe also 2 weeks ago. And they're both blocking, and so I think I'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you staying till the end. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, leaving a thumbs up, leaving a comment. I respond to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!